to have mercy on my son. That's what I told the jury. I know they had their minds made up already, so, I mean, really wasn't much I could say to change their mind.
We were delusional. We thought we was going to get a fair shake.
Now it's all starting to set in. We know that Carmelo Anthony's been sentenced to 35 years. They posted images of him looking like he's in slave clothes. They shaved his hair off. So they'll probably have him working out. You know, they want to get that sweat equity out, right? The parents are now talking to the news. There's been press conferences. People want to know what happened with the lawyer that was on this case. They feel like he was inept. I have my own opinions about that. You know, being in the system, understanding how the system worked, the appeals process, understanding Collin County, that there was never a fair trial from the rip because the judge, the lawyer, the judge and the DA, he wasn't going to get a fair trial down there in that county where 90% of the people wanted him guilty and they wanted his head. And they came back 3 hours later already with the verdict, right? Usually cases like this might go on for 3 weeks to a month. This thing was over in a week, right? So it was open and shut. So we seen how overzealous they was and how racist this was, right? And the family said, you know, they was really delusional. They really believed. And this is the thing in this country with everything that we've been through, that you really believe that these people are going to give you a fair shake and a fair trial. When something like this happens to them, they can do whatever they want to do to you. We saw what they did to George Floyd. The whole world saw it. They didn't have a problem with that. They didn't have a problem with what George Zimmerman did. But when you do something to them, the rules don't apply no more. It applies to what they say. I'm W and I say so. That's the way it go, right? So the dad, you know, he was on a phone call with Charleston White. And on his phone call, Charleston White said, you know, he's going to get the money. He's going to pay for, he's going to put up $75,000 for the appeal. And they're going to raise $1 million. And that conversation went like this.
I feel stupid for even calling you, trying to make you believe what I believe. Because I really believe that, fam. I went against my own people trying to convince black people, white people is good, homie. But all white people ain't bad. Why? I ain't never met a bunch of bad white people. So when I saw all white jury, I called you and told you, have no fear. White people ain't that bad. I had faith in that all white jury, didn't I?
X.
Didn't I? Man, listen, I feel horrible because I tried to strengthen your faith with my faith in white people, homie. I told you, man, that white jury go do right by us. I told you that, homie, and I believed it. I feel foolish. I feel stupid for even calling you, trying to make you believe what I believe. Because I really believe that, fam. Nigga, I done went against my own people trying to convince good, homie. Only to look like a fool in such a case. It's hard to defend. It's hard to defend what we see, homie. When they defend the Chinese man. George Floyd laid on the ground, homie. And didn't flinch. And people had no compassion for him. So why would I expect them to have compassion for a kid who has epilepsy, like an autistic kid? This kid has saved more children's lives as a kid unintentionally than he ever thrown a punch or had a fight. I paid for a training to teach the kid how to throw a punch last year. The kid don't even know how to throw a punch, man. I paid a trainer to go teach him how to fight. And you know what the trainer said? Homie, fight ain't in him. He a good kid. Even the trainer said it ain't in him, homie. So he didn't go back to train him no more. Teach him to be good. He a good kid. Damn, nigga. Man, I can't believe those white... Homie, man, listen. We're gonna make it right. And one thing I know, and the only way to beat him is you can beat him with his law. I did. I served time, man. Bragged about it. I committed some of the most, nigga, I ain't got nothing on my record. No felony conviction, no what. And I got, so if white people can do that for me, they'll do it for your son too. I served time, nigga. Front page paper. My bro, my homeboy, I'm the only black man I know that ever served time. Stood over and watched it. That's a badge of honor to me. And white people can't take that from me. So during these times when I close my eyes, my heart smile. Because I done something I know they wish I... They can't take that from me. And guess what? Your boy got the same thing when he lay in the bed and smile and feel weak. He can feel strong. His nature kicked in. when he was afraid and scared. When he was afraid and scared of them two big boys, his nature kicked in. And nature's first rule is to self-preserve. So he was too afraid to stand up and face. So he sat there subservient. Sitting down is a sign of submission.
Now, Charleston White, you know, I'm a little mixed when it comes to this, because Charleston White, when you do some background check on him, he is legit when he says that he put in the work down there in Texas and getting things done. But some of the things that he says with his mouth, with this high-profile case, can rub a lot of people the wrong way. And it can sway jurors, especially when he gets on there and say he did what he did to a W man, and he stood over him and watched him, you know, take his last breath. I don't think that that's something that Carmelo Anthony's family should want to be associated with when you're trying to get the jury to see sympathy in your plight. Right now, he says he's going to raise money. He's going to set up a press conference, you know, in the church. He's going to do a lot of things for the family and try to get some things, bring remedy, and bring this case outside of Collin County. Try to get it up to the higher court, maybe in Dallas somewhere, but he's going to get it out of that county because that county was corrupt. Right, that county was corrupted. Now, the mom and dad sat down with CBS Texas News, and they discussed what happened, and they said that this case was open and shut. It was rigged from the door. They said that, you know, they was naive. They really thought that they would get a fair shake until they seen how everything played out.
Carmelo Anthony's family is also talking tonight. They believe the trial was unfair from the start. They do plan to appeal. Our Ken Molestina to continue now our team coverage.
A day after the trial, Carmelo Anthony's parents, Andrew Anthony and Kayla Hayes, sat down to break their silence and to let the world know how they're feeling as their son begins his 35-year sentence for murder. Despite what a jury found, his parents dispute their son ever wanted Austin Metcalf.
My son is no murderer. My son didn't intend to hurt anyone. My son was defending himself. And that's what hurt so bad.
His mother recounts the moment she addressed the jury and made her plea to them during the sentencing phase.
To have mercy on my son. That's what I told the jury. I know they had their minds made up already, so, I mean, really wasn't much I could say to change their mind.
Both parents fighting back emotions and tears as they described what they believe was a flawed trial.
We were delusional. We thought we was going to get a fair shake.
They claim there were inconsistencies from the get-go, despite witnesses who took an oath vowing to tell the truth.
Everyone actually lied on the stand.
Everyone.
All of the witnesses' statements were inconsistent. All of them.
His father says the court of public opinion had made up their mind about his son long before the trial began.
He was convicted when he walked out of the jail. If you looked at the news all last year, he was already convicted. If you look at it, it was already done. It was no innocent until proven guilty. He was already guilty.
He says the threats of violence against them continue.
People want us dead. That's what.
After they still got what they wanted.
After they still got what they want, they still want us dead. I can see. You see, I go look at my phone. People want us dead. They want our family dead.
And now they're preparing to appeal.
They did a number on us.
A judicial process they believe wronged them.
We didn't get justice. A lot of things that were missed that should have been handled a certain way. However, we couldn't say anything. We did what was instructed. We was told, so we just did what we was told.
Ken Molestina, CBS News, Texas.
So the family is saying that they're still receiving threats. The family is saying that once everything started, they could see that they never had a shot. They never had a chance. Now, the father was continuing his conversation with Charleston White, and it went like this.
So he was already submitting, boys. When they tried to come put their hands on him, his fear in nature kicked in. He didn't have a knife. Hey, listen, your lawyers were supposed to object to every time they mentioned a knife for it to be on record. It wasn't a knife. It was a multi-fashional tool.
Multi-tool.
That the state of Texas, listen, because if it was a knife, he would have 15 or 20 more years for bringing a weapon to school. That's the smoking gun. If it was a knife, it wouldn't be 30 years. It'd be 60. because the knife enhances it for bringing a weapon around school. The judge wasn't supposed to let that lingo into the courtroom. This is not a knife. Correction. I object, Your Honor. It wasn't a knife. I object, Your Honor. It wasn't a knife. It was a tool, because we're all Boy Scouts. And kids pack it to school in elementary. How did it become a knife? Because it's a tool. Just like it's dangerous with knowledge, that's what makes us dangerous, knowing what they know. So my mama sent me to know what white people know. I'm smarter than any person you can put before my face. I know more than they know. I know everything in black people. History, science, English, math, technology. I went to every school white people went to. I didn't want to know nothing black people know. That's how I got black people don't. That's why I talk politics and black people don't. That's why I talk law and beat me. That's why I ain't got no felony convictions. And I brag about done with nothing on my record. I could be lying. It ain't on my record, but I've done it. And they know it too. My mind and my mouth is more dangerous than that courtroom. They know it. Why? I can overturn law. We got juvenile life without parole abolished in America. It took us a few years to do it, but we got it done. I ain't lost shit, school. I ain't lost shit, school. And I got the world paying attention to what I'm saying, good or bad. Just like I got Aiden Ross to donate to the Metcalf family, I got people working on millions. I got people working on getting you $1 million like they got Chud without going through GoFundMe. That's how connected I am as a black man in America. I got white friends, politician friends, rapper friends, acting friends. And I'm going to use it for you, fam. You have $30,000 before Saturday. I'm putting up $75,000 to start the appeal process for your son. We have 29 days, 28 days to be exact. I just need Mitch Nolte to file the appeal. I already got an appellate lawyer ready to go to write the entire thing. Collin County is dumber than what I thought they was. I thought at least they'll put one black on the jury. But I told you something about that judge. I told you that judge is not going to let it happen like that, right?
So my question is, do you think Carmelo Anthony's family is making a mistake by dealing with Charleston White in this case? Now, Charleston White is from the Dallas area, Fort Worth area. He knows that area well. He got a lot of things done down there. So I'm a little mixed when it comes to it. Well, he says he's going to donate $75,000 and he's going to get a bunch of people to donate money. So we're going to see how this play out. But try to let me know, do you think they should be dealing with Charleston White? And I'm looking past the crazy stuff Charleston White do and the activist part of Charleston. But the thing is, he plays so much, how can we take him serious? Right? Where this is a serious case. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What's your opinion when it comes to this? Y'all, everybody leave a comment. Everybody hit that like button. I want everybody to see this. Everybody leave a comment and let me know what y'all think, whether good or bad. All right? Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.